Derek, how are you? How are you feeling after the win at the weekend and 8 points from the last 12 in League Two?
Yeah, we're obviously delighted to be in the position that we are at this moment in time. You know, to take 18 points from our first 11 games, to have a game in hand on the majority of the teams in the league, to go away from home and win again was really satisfying. But not that, it was the manner that we won the game, how well we started the game. We put Colchester on the back foot. We created a host of opportunities, got up to 1-0. We could have gone ahead, and then we go down to 10 men after the 36th minute and react really well from that, and go on and score 2 goals in the second half. So all round an excellent performance from the players. Their enthusiasm, their work ethic, their knowledge of the game, tactically aware, and just a willingness to go and win a football match when it could have been difficult for us.
Is there a good feeling in the dressing room? Are the players just enjoying playing the style of football that you asked them to play?
They've always been good, and I think that when they see the success that they're getting, we work on it every day. We work on running forward, we work on passing, we work on creating chances, and we work without the ball as well. And all these things come to the fore in the game, but it only comes to the fore if the players take it on there, they transmit it, they take in the information that we're giving them, and they certainly have. And we've seen a lot of very good performances from the players this season. We've got 4 called up for national teams, 1 on standby, which is terrific. We're without them for tomorrow night's game. But in all, we've got other players in the team that are really standing out for us as well.
I've got to go non-serious a little bit here because you mentioned Taggart on Saturday after the game, which obviously pricked a few people's ears up. The players mention that at all? Do you mention that kind of stuff to them?
No,
you've got
I
to
don't.
have fun with it, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, but my staff certainly did this morning.
Your favourite from the 90s?
Yeah, I used to watch Taggart as I grew up, and I think that it was a show, a crime show based in Scotland that many of my generation, really enjoyed.
Yeah, everyone loved that back in the day. On to more serious matters. You spoke about the ownership last week. Has that developed any further as far as you're aware?
Not at this moment in time. As we all know, talks go on in the background, and we're all waiting to hear and see what that is at this moment in time, but nothing that I've heard, no.
Do you feel like Football Club is pushing in the right direction given the form you're in at the moment as well?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we are pushing the Football Club forward, and the players on the pitch are transmitting that, to the stands, and that then transmits through the staff as well, and there's a really good feel factor around the stadium, and that really generates through the terrace and to the supporters from supporters.
I can't go through this interview without mentioning JJ McKeon and a special moment for him at the weekend. Is he an example of the development of young players that you spoke about with me earlier in the season, that he's just getting better and listening and taking on board what you're asking him to do? Yeah,
I mean, he's playing in a system of play that helps him. He went out on loan last year and he played in a different system, and then he played in a different position. And when I spoke to him, over the summer and looked at him, I thought that he was capable of running forward, creating chances and scoring goals. And that's something that you as a coach, you've got to see how can they best be played in a position that is going to make him a good player. We had that with Aaron Wildig. Where does Aaron Wildig play? He plays in an attacking midfield player, and JJ is a similar player to him. Watch Gomez, playing in the reserves, and quite quickly, we turned him into a £500,000 player. So we have got Adam Mayer coming in from the youth, and I think he's been outstanding as well. But JJ, people will be looking at him. Goal scoring midfielders are not easy to become by. He's 6 foot, he can run forward, he can defend, and he scored a great goal with a head as well. So he's got a lot of things that people will look for. He's an under 21 squad for Northern Ireland, which is a huge bonus for him. So I'm sure there's a few clubs looking at him.
Just at the, can I touch on that as well? Is it important to develop players and look towards moving them on for big money in the future? Is that
it's
the way?
two-sided. At this moment in time, the football club is structured in a way that we would probably have to move players on to benefit the football club. Until that changes, where we can then offer players new contracts and offer them long-term deals, then possibly keep them here for the long term to then enjoy the journey that we go on and further ahead, or we sell them on, use the profit for that to then take in other players, either buy them, or we use it to improve different areas of the football club, i.e. the training ground. And these are all aspects that with your first team squad that you've got to look at.
Is that almost an incentive for the players to be good on the pitch, and then they might get a move elsewhere where they might get paid a bit more, all that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I've always spoken to players when I've been throughout my managerial career. It's to do your best this season, not next season, not the season after, this season, because that's all I'm concerned about. And as a football manager, unfortunately, that's all you can be concerned about, because tomorrow doesn't really matter. It's the day that you're in that matters. And we see with so many, managerial changes and people not getting allowed to fulfil what they think is going to be a 2, 3 or a 5-year plan when they go in. There's no such thing, because a manager doesn't get that long. So what I do is, as for a player, I look for them to do the best they can this season and then take it from there.
The EFL Trophy is a potential trophy at the end of it. It's a long way off at the moment. How do you approach these games? Do you have to look at the rest of your squads because the league is more important, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we do. It's a difficult one for us because we're without 4/5 players tomorrow night. They're away in international duty. So we can't get the game off because the rules of the competition don't allow that to happen, but it allows you to have a league game off. So somebody will be able to enlighten us why that is the reason. But we'll give squad players a game because they need a game, and we'll look to see how well they do.
Do you expect Barrow to do the same? I was at the Blackpool game, and they had one player who played at the weekend in their starting 11, I think. I know there's rules for and against, isn't there?
I would think they would do that. They've got a big game on Saturday, and I would think that they would try and rest as many players before Saturday's game.
Get money for your old phone, MazumaMobile.com.